Welcome to the Cobra's Den. I've been using the Sigma Analytics machines for a few years now to test my gold and silver, and I decided to go up to James at TRUSTIMETRIX, the UK authorised dealer for Sigma Analytics, and do an interview. Let's have a look. So, as I said in the intro, I've been using the Sigma Analytics investor here for quite a while. Originally, I had the original, and you had to order them from America before. But now we've got a company in the UK, which I have to say are absolutely brilliant. So I decided to go up to James from TRUSTIMETRIX and pay him a little visit and have a little chat. Here's the interview. All the way up to Hull, and I am honoured to be with James from TRUSTIMETRIX. We've sat down, we've had a really good chat about a load of stuff. James, thank you so much for having me. It's an absolute pleasure, bro, to be up here with you in your offices, which are very nice, by the way. Absolutely beautiful. So, we've had a chat. You came on live with me, and we did a great show about these beautiful machines, and I thought we'll sit down, we'll have a little chat about them, and also talk, maybe if you're up for it, about some of your investment plans and what you go for and how much you use these for what you buy.
Yeah, so, great stuff. Really good to be here, man. Lovely to see you in person again. Really nice. Yeah, I don't leave home without a Sigma.
Which one would you carry around with you most?
I'd probably carry the investor around with me. This one comes in this little case, very portable. Just for the fact that if I'm out and about, I'm probably not buying large quantities.
Yeah.
I might just pop into a little antique shop or find a jeweler that has a nice sovereign in the window. Just nice.
And the size of that now is actually smaller than the original. I started with this model, and I absolutely loved it. To be honest, it did me when I was just collecting for myself and stacking for myself. I think it's a great model, but that's even more convenient to carry around now.
Yeah. Let me show you the difference on the size of a phone. It's like, it's like a couple of smartphones next to each other. I mean, to be honest, I'd take the Pro out with me if I knew I was going to be going through a few tubes, just because you can quickly slide them under. Or, with the bridge attachment, if I was going to buy a box of kilo bars or 100 ounces or something.
Well, we actually had a little competition in YouTube community about how quickly we could test stuff using this machine and this, and I think it was a stack collector was using this one and could just slide them, and I had to press that down. I was horrendous, by the way, absolutely horrendous. But I still prefer this because it's convenient, as you say, to carry around and use all the time. I think it's a great machine. But they each have their own benefits, don't they? The Pro is for the hardcore with big bars as well, because we can get the bridge with the Pro, which is really handy. But both of these test to the same level with the arms, correct?
So there's some very slight differences. So with this one, it tests to 10 millimeters thick.
Right.
So as you can appreciate with gold, that covers a very large spectrum.
Yeah.
As long as it fits under this arm here and on here. If you're out and about testing 1 ounce gold, absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
You could easily fit a 10-ounce silver bar under there. Yeah. No drama. Whereas this one, it tests slightly deeper, so it goes up to 12.5 millimeters deep. So on this one, we have people testing 500 gram gold bars. We have people, as long as it's not as thick as 12.5 millimeters, we have people that can slot a kilo under here.
Yeah.
And then the bridge attachment, we don't have any bars on us today, so the bridge attachment is only really for 1 kilo silver. Your bigger chunkier ones and your 100-ounce monstrosities.
Can you do the thicker gold bars on the bridge?
Yeah, absolutely. So the bridge was designed with 100-ounce silver in mind,
right,
and 400-ounce gold.
Okay.
So a good delivery bar, London standard, is 400 ounce, 45 millimeter thick. Now that is minted as 999 gold, but actually in terms of what it's allowed to be is 995.
Right.
So if we have a little look on the metal here, under it says Turkish 995 LGD. So that's London Good Delivery. So a lot of cast bars are cast as 999, but just like the London Good Delivery bars, they would actually be more likely 995. So we've had a few very confused clients that do test the big bars in and out of vaults and things, saying, "Oh my God, we've got a fake gold
problem."
bar."
Yeah.
I just remind them that there's another setting for London Good Delivery, which is 995. I think at that size,
that's worth knowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that I'll normally be getting bars that big, but good to know anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And with this model, who would you recommend this to?
I would have recommended it to everyone for a long, long time until the technology moved on. It's a great starter model.
Yeah.
Maybe hobbyists that are collecting, sticking to just silver rounds.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is, I'll explain the subtle differences. These test all the way through 12.5 millimeters thick, 10 millimeters thick, and then the bridge 45 millimeters thick.
Right.
This tests on the onboard sensor 0.4 millimeters thick.
So just the outer surface light, really.
Yeah. So if you
slightly down.
If you compare that to an XRF, it's still 20 times deeper.
Right.
It's 0.01 to 0.02 millimeter depth. That causes a lot of controversy, but I encourage people to go and look up their own brochures from XRFs. It's not a criticism, it's just a fact.
Yeah, what it is. Yeah.
Incredible technology for metallurgic analysis, but for bullion testing, these were designed for bullion testing, whereas XRFs were designed for mining. So this tests 0.4 millimeters deep on the onboard sensor and 1.5 millimeters deep with the wand attachments.
Gotcha.
What this doesn't do is a built-in density test. So a counterfeiter, anyone worth their salt that's making good quality counterfeits, can either falsify the way an alloy responds to the resistivity or the conductivity of an electromagnetic wave or current, or they can falsify the size. They can't falsify both.
Yeah.
So these models will perform an electromagnetic pulse test, which checks the resistivity or conductivity. There are two modes. Our European cousins prefer a lot of the time using conductivity as a measure, and us in the UK and the US seem to lean towards resistivity.
Right.
They're preset to resistivity, which is how resistive the metal is to an electric current. And so they test that, and then they also test the density. So a counterfeiter can't fool both tests. There's no known alloy currently that can. And the engineers in the laboratory over in the US are always looking at new alloys all the time, every day, doing extensive testing.
So would you suggest if you're testing, say, a gold bar on this, you use both tests?
Always.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because they could fool one, as you say, but they won't be able to fool both at the same time.
Yeah.
So to be truly sure, test both ways of doing it.
Absolutely. So the reason I would take one of these over an XRF is because with the XRF, you could get a really good reading on the outside.
Yeah.
A nice thick skin or a nice thick plate, but it would have tungsten in the middle, and then it will fool the density. So we could get if we started with the density test, we could see. We just did our own manual one. Said, "Oh, this coin's great. It's perfect weight. Looks lovely.
Yeah.
Right size.
Yeah.
Got the calipers out. You've done your measurements. You've weighed it." But then it would fail miserably on one of these that tests all the way through it. Now this would likely pick up a lot of fakes that don't have skins or plating thicker than 0.4 millimeters. But the trouble is, people use this, they get a good reading, and they don't ever bother testing the density.
Yeah.
And this doesn't do a density test. So you could be getting a great reading, and not realizing that you have to check the density, and it has big bold warnings all over it.
Yeah.
But when I first used it, I wasn't aware. I tested a few silver coins. Oh, look, it's in the middle.
Yeah,
I didn't know what I was doing until obviously I became a.
And for those who don't know, tungsten is actually very, very similar to gold. The weight, the everything, the density of it is extremely similar. So what happens is that counterfeiters will actually use tungsten and then gold plate it. And it does fool a lot of people. It
does. Imagine you're going in. We've had clients, high-end jewelers that deal in bullion as well, that were unaware that their XRF wasn't testing all the way through, or at least not testing deep into it. And we've seen incredible counterfeits. Yeah. I saw a maple recently that blew my mind. If I was buying from you and I saw it, I wouldn't even bother testing it. I'd say cheers.
Yeah, you just think, yeah, all good.
Thanks for that.
Look good.
Obviously, as TRUSTIMETRIX, we test everything because that's the motto: verify everything. But just offline, if I'd seen it, I wouldn't bother because it looks so good. But it fails miserably.
Well, can you do us a favour? Can you very quickly show me? We've got some Brits here and we've got some sovereigns here. How to do both tests, especially on the gold?
Yeah, I'd love to. We've got a nice,
lovely
selection of sovereigns here. I must admit, ever since I got into bullion, I do double check my change now. I like to use cash when I can, when I'm out and about. Keep cash alive.
Right.
When I'm using cash, I must admit, I do just have a little double check if I see a shiny penny. Just because they're so.
Could it be a sovereign
they're
that
so
someone?
Similar.
I'm going to start doing that myself now.
I think so.
Didn't even think of that. Right.
So if we bit upside down here.
That's all right. Camera will catch it the right way.
So we currently have it on sovereign balanced with AG. So a lot of people don't realise that some sovereigns are balanced with silver rather than copper. So when you get a commemorative, for those Sigma users out there, to our trusty customers, if you are testing a sovereign that maybe is a commemorative and you get a bad reading on the gold sovereign setting, give it a go on the balance with silver, just because it gives
another one I didn't realise. So this the what they call the pink gold sovereigns, or these ones here, are the ones with silver, and the older ones are the ones with copper?
I think these ones are balanced with copper.
And the older ones are?
The most sovereigns in the UK are balanced with copper, but you might get a commemorative one that's balanced with silver, and we see a lot of Australian sovereigns as well that are balanced with silver in some years.
Right, okay.
Let's just change the weight.
Rose gold is the ones they call these. This is the last of the rose gold year, 2025.
Right.
We're going back to the old yellow gold ones.
Right. Okay. So we've input the right weight. Then we just cover the sensor there. Give it a minute.
There it
goes. And then it comes straight into the green. And while we're looking at that, we just click measure. We say it's round. And then we just slot this between the little black line here and anywhere in that green zone to check that the size is right as well.
So that's what you call the density test,
That's
right?
a density test.
Okay, so it's checking the size of the coin, knowing what the density should be of the metal will give us that size and tell us that's correct.
As long as you put the right weight in and selected the right metal, and in this case, sovereign balanced with copper, so just normal gold sovereign setting. You do the scan and then you do the test.
Amazing. So, and that's what we're saying, look, with gold especially, do both tests. Do the test on the arm and do the density test.
If you've got time, unless you're massively pushed for time, you should always do for silver, gold, platinum, rhodium, palladium, whatever you're testing on the machine, you should always do both tests. The lads at Sigma have spent years developing this wonderful technology for us in the stacker community. So we may, as if we've invested a fair amount in the technology to provide transparency when we're buying and selling, we might as well use it to its full potential, which is both tests
Yeah. Now, you're in the UK, and I remember when I bought my first machine, I bought, as I said, the original, and I bought it from the US, and it cost me quite a bit with customs and postage and everything else. So just a brief history about TRUSTIMETRIX and why and how you started in the UK would be great.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, we were stacking as a family, and really got into it, really enjoyed it, and I've thought for quite some time that without getting too geopolitical, that it might be an idea to put some transfer some paper money into silver money, and that might only mean getting yourself one Silver Britannia. They're lovely to hold, they're lovely to own, the craftsmanship in them is incredible, and just to have them is really nice. So if you are saving a little bit of money, it's well worth putting some into silver and some into gold and fractional gold, whatever you can afford really. So we just did it as a bit of a hobby, and we started getting more ambitious in finding good deals, and we'd hunt down, we'd learn from resources like yourself, from our mutual friend Backyard Bullion, all the good guys out there that take time out to make really good quality videos about the community. And we just started learning more and more. We stumbled across the Silver Forum. And we started seeing that there were some really good deals to be had. If you're just buying from a pawn shop, or and you don't really know what you're doing, you just think, oh wow, I've got myself my first gold sovereign. Not knowing, is it a 9-carat one in a ring? Is any different to a 22-carat one? Not knowing that I've just paid top dollar for a 9-carat sovereign ring when I've looked up online that a sovereign costs 4 times as much. So we learned, and then we found out, well, if you're buying off a forum, how do you trust these people? Great. We don't know them from Adam. We're not part of the community yet. We are now. We're very, very proud to be part of it. And we discovered that all our research showed that this was the industry standard, especially in the USA. And so we invested in one. The original. Really loved it. And had some friends that really liked it, and just decided to maybe get a few more and put them on eBay to start with.
Right, okay.
And people were really keen to snap them up. And then we very quickly, with my background in I was an ex-corporate banker. Please don't hold that against me.
The banking system.
Yeah. I did leave. So we just started getting more and more of the models through demand. Started getting really happy customers that liked the way we did business. We don't even feel like we're in business. We really enjoy what we do. We love speaking to our customers. We welcome people to come up to see us. If you want to come up to see us and it's a couple of 100 miles, please let us know. We'll pay towards your petrol.
These guys are amazing. Honestly, the hospitality that you show a load of us in the community has been amazing. So I just had to put that one in there.
Bless you, brother. We love to see people. We just got started, and you know what? We really wanted to know that what we were buying and then selling, that's not financial advice. I actually like to keep what I buy personally, the very modest collection. We love to give transparency, and previously you are relying on the word of people, and I'm not saying that word isn't good enough. My word is my bond. If I say I'm going to do something, that's what it is. And same with you. We've built up a great friendship.
Absolutely.
And but isn't it nice so that there's no confusion when you're buying and selling, ideally on both sides of a transaction. Right, I'm happy that they're genuine samples, and then the person buying it, they might even have a Sigma themselves. We find a lot of our customers now buy and sell from each other. They both have Sigmas.
It's a great way for both sides to be able to check it without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Absolutely. And we really believe in giving, I know it's an American term, but your average Joe, a chance to be able to have the power of some banks. Are still using methods of just XRF and density testing, and I won't name anyone, but we did have a customer that bought a couple of good delivery bars that were questionable and were returned.
And I mean, this is the other thing, like, you look at the prices of these machines now, and yeah, you could sort of think, well, that's a lot of money. But then you look at where gold has gone now, the prices that, you know, to buy a 1 ounce now, you're looking over $3,000. Do you know what I mean? So these are this is half the price, if not more, like less than that. I think it's invaluable, especially for gold, in my opinion, especially for gold, it's invaluable. And even like you say, for the silver collector, if you're buying a fair quantity of silver, it's definitely worth having one of these. And I know from experience, I have phoned you very late at night because I had a little problem with a customer who was like, oh, you know, something has happened with this, and I phoned you very late at night, and you were so accommodating, and you phoned up the customer as well and explained whatever you had to explain. And I found all of your family to be absolutely amazing when dealing with people, dealing with myself. And so all your guarantees are from the UK now. So if they buy a machine from you, if anyone buys a machine from you, they don't have to send it back to America for repair or anything like that if there's a problem?
Yeah, we have stocks that we keep going out of stock, Cobra. You know, we're just because they're so popular at the moment for obvious reasons.
Yep.
As the price goes up, the temptation to make counterfeits increases all the time.
Of course.
And we're living in troubling times, you know, financially, and I think that temptation to swap out good for bad gets to some people.
Yeah.
We find 5 to 7%, if we take sovereigns, 5 to 7% questionable.
Wow.
And when we just take kind of the pulse of our community. And what people find. When people do, we get a good sense check when people might test 100 sovereigns that they've got in their collection, or 200 sovereigns, and find...
Well, there are a sovereign which is like called the Dubai sovereign or Saudi sovereign, which is like 21 carat or 21 point something. So it's not an official proper sovereign, but they do look very similar. And they are widespread. So it is gold, but it's not the proper quantity of gold or quality of gold.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll give you, we have stock set to one side that we don't sell. And if on the very rare occasion something does happen with your machine, you know, we sell, I think the fail rate is 0.3%. So, but if there is an issue, we'll just send you a new one. You know, we're not going to be like, I've had, again, I won't name and shame anyone, but I had a flat screen telly when they first come out, and it wasn't working. It was on me to take the big thing back to the shop and then be kind of accused and, you know, questioned and then told it's going to be sent off for 6 weeks, and then we might repair it, then we might send it back to you. We'll just send you a new one. Yeah. Send it out in the post, we'll pay for your post to send it back to us.
Amazing.
And then we will we'll send it back to the US. We're learning to fix them in-house as well. For any refurbished models, but we haven't had the opportunity to because
they're just selling so quick.
Yeah, they sell so quick, and they don't seem to go wrong.
They're reliable.
They're really reliable, and you know, nothing's perfect.
Yeah,
you know, the courier company might decide to drop kick one, you know, on a who's got to work on Christmas Day or something.
Yeah,
but if there's a problem with it, we'll just replace it.
Amazing.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Well, we've gone through these machines. Can we put a deal together for the Cobra Stacker community?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we'll organise something, maybe just the word Cobra. If they put the word Cobra in, they'll get a discount, which you can set up.
I would. I'm gonna make it a surprise.
Yeah.
But as soon as we finish recording, I'm gonna set that up.
Amazing.
And make sure for your community they're covered.
Brilliant.
I say great. Your community, I'm part of it.
Our community, there's no one person who runs the community. Our community.
I love your live shows.
Oh.
I love the interviews you go out and about and do. I'm honoured to be part of it. I love the Telegram channel.
Amazing.
The community is really fantastic. I feel part of something.
Oh, that's great. And you are. We're all part of something great. And the community in general is absolutely brilliant. I'm going to ask you one question. You don't have to answer it, right? But I'm going to ask it anyway. Gold and silver, up and down like a yo-yo at the moment.
Yeah.
It's been going absolutely crazy. We've seen it rocket up, and now we've had a nice little drop. I say nice because, in my opinion, that's a buying opportunity.
Indeed.
What do you think is going on, and what do you think about it?
Yeah, without going into deep geopolitical analysis, I think gold's only going one way. I bought in a panic you know, when it was about 2000, and it had a little correction. It was a year ago.
Yeah, look at it now.
It's just over a year ago, and now look at it. So I don't think I wouldn't even call it a correction, really. It's just you've got the panic buyers.
Yeah.
And I think anyone that has bought, unless they are destitute, hold it.
Yeah.
Hold it long term. If you just everyone, well, maybe not everyone, but you know, inflation means that our currencies that we get paid in and that we use to buy and sell and go shopping with are devaluing by the day. It seems as though they are devaluing.
They are.
Everything goes up in value, but your salary pretty much stays the same.
Yeah.
And if you compare it to the price that how many hours you would have had to work to buy a gold sovereign, say 20, 30 years ago, to now, I think it's absurd. It's gone up to like 180 hours to buy a gold sovereign. I'm just picking these numbers out from memory, when it used to be, 10 hours or something.
Yeah.
So inflation is real, and gold has been around forever. Silver's been around forever. It's as old as the earth itself. And other than the last kind of 50 years, when we've moved away from it and we've had these systems of growing national debt that erodes our national currencies, we've always relied on gold, and then before that we relied on a basket of precious metals, and then it became exclusively gold, and then it's just, I don't know what it's based on. As an ex-banker, I've done an internship at the Bank of England. I had years working for an international bank, and I think your money's very, very safe in precious metals. It might not be as exciting as investing in Nvidia, linked to all this AI boom, but gold will definitely be here.
Well, it's safe. It's safe, and in general, it goes up 10% a year.
Yeah.
Well, at the moment, it's going up a hell of a lot more.
You just look back to, I think the year 2000. What was it for an ounce of gold? £200.
And we're at 3,000.
We're at 3,000.
Yeah.
Nothing. Gold hasn't changed.
No.
So gold didn't suddenly start producing dividends that mean that it's worth more. Our money became worth less.
Absolutely. Well, they're printing it off the scale. Do you know what I mean? 38 trillion now in America. Do you know what I mean? We're doing the same thing over here in the UK.
Yeah.
And it's getting weaker, and people are losing faith in it.
Again, this is not financial advice, but when people have come to me personally, and they're in company pensions and things like that, or they have employee benefit schemes, I tell people cash it in, which you're allowed to, instead of taking it monthly and then not accessing it for 40 years.
Yeah.
Cash it in, buy yourself, if you're getting £150, buy yourself a quarter sovereign, or whatever that gets you nowadays, fractional gold, get yourself some 1/10 Britannias.
I absolutely agree.
Invest gold and silver, little and often. You don't have to be wealthy to get this stuff. Start with silver if you can't afford gold. Get some, build it up, keep it safe, and you'll be surprised, little and often,
how quickly it grows. It actually does grow.
It really
a
does.
lot quicker than you think.
It really does. Yeah. And make sure it's real.
Yeah.
Make sure it's real. Using the code
TRUSTIMETRIX.
COBRA.
There you go. Perfect.
Fantastic.
Would you like to say anything else to the audience out there before we go?
Do you know what? I'm just really, really honoured to be here and be in your company. I hope we've got time for a tasty lunch before you head off.
We can manage that.
Good stuff. All I'd say is please get in touch with us if you've got any questions. There's never any sales tactics. There's never any pressure. If the machine's right for you, we'll give you advice and guidance on what might be right for you. We have options to spread payments at the checkout. Call us first for our best discount. It's going to be Cobra now. If you're watching this, it's Cobra. But give us a shout. Give us a shout. We're happy to talk to you 7 days a week, whether you're an existing customer or a new customer. We really do appreciate you.
Amazing. And I know that if anyone phones up, you will give them an honest opinion about which machine is right for them. They're not going to just try and push the biggest, most expensive one. They'll talk to you about what you stack, what you collect, and then they'll give you the right option for your budget as well. So, James, I want to say thank you so much again.
Brilliant.
It's really a pleasure to be here and to have a really nice chat. And yes, we're going for lunch.
Hey, nice one.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it was informative. If you're interested in the original, the investor or the pro, then please go to TRUSTIMETRIX.com. There is a phone number on there as well. You can give them a ring. They're a family-run business and they are absolutely amazing guys. They will chat to you, go through whatever you need to know about these machines and work out which machine is the best for you. And now, being that they are based in the UK, any problems you may have or any questions, they will always answer your calls. An absolutely great company, and I'll be using them for many years to come. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.